touchdown.
Buffalo Bills fans, this might finally be the year. The year the heartbreak ends. The year that every ounce of loyalty, every bitter playoff memory finally pays off. Because right now the Bills are on fire. They've started the season red hot. Josh Allen looks untouchable. And those Kansas City Chiefs? Let's just say they're wobbling. And at the heart of this Bills resurgence sits the man himself, the reigning MVP, Josh Allen. He's the engine, the identity, the soul of Bills Mafia. Last season he carried Buffalo on his back, tearing through almost every defense in the league, only to fall heartbreakingly short of a Super Bowl berth. But this time it feels different. In 2025, the team around him looks sharper, deeper, and even more dangerous, and there's absolutely no sign of Allen slowing down. So let's take a moment to remember why the NFL should still be terrified of Josh Allen. His rise has been nothing short of cinematic. A true Hollywood arc complete with the struggle, the doubt, and the redemption. When Buffalo drafted him inside the top 10, the dream was clear. Build around this rocket-armed kid from Wyoming. But even the Bills front office couldn't have imagined how high that dream would fly. Because, let's be honest, after his rookie year, none of this seemed possible. Allen completed just 52.8% of his passes and threw more interceptions than touchdowns. Buffalo limped to a 6-10 record. Sure, he flashed as a runner, 631 yards and 8 touchdowns on the ground, but his passing? Raw, erratic, question marks everywhere. Then came 2019. The first signs of evolution. 389 yards, 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and a 10-6 record that earned Allen his first taste of playoff football. The foundation was set, and then everything changed. In his third season, Josh Allen didn't just improve, he exploded. He unleashed a breakout that shocked the NFL. 4,544 yards, 37 touchdowns, 10 picks. Add in 421 rushing yards and 8 more scores, and you've got MVP numbers. The league had never seen a quarterback built like him, an unstoppable blend of arm strength, mobility, and sheer willpower. But the real eye-opener? His accuracy. A 69.2% completion rate, a full 10% jump from his sophomore year. Suddenly, he wasn't just a runner who could throw, he was a surgeon with a cannon. The Bills roared to a 13-3 record, winning their first division title since 1995, snapping 25 years of heartbreak. And it was all because of Josh Allen. Of course, we all know what came next. Buffalo ran into Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship, a 38-24 loss that would mark the beginning of a painful trend postseason heartbreaks that still haunt Bills Mafia today. But make no mistake, those playoff scars aren't on Josh Allen. He's done everything humanly possible to drag this franchise to the promised land. Across 7 seasons, Allen has suited up for 13 playoff games, completing 75.7% of his passes for 3,359 yards, 25 touchdowns, and just 4 interceptions. On the ground, 668 yards, 7 touchdowns, averaging 6 yards per carry. These aren't just good numbers, they're elite. He's been electric when the lights are brightest, and yet somehow he's still waiting for that one defining postseason moment. But maybe, just maybe, 2025 is the year it finally happens. Right now, Josh Allen is operating at the peak of his powers. He's the reigning MVP, and terrifyingly, he looks even better. Through just 3 games, he's completing a career-high 69. 7% of his passes for 755 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. He's still lethal on the move, too. 114 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns already on the ground. That pace? It puts him on track to shatter his MVP totals from last season. In 2024, Allen averaged 219 passing yards per game, finishing with 3,731 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. This year, he's averaging 251 yards per game, which would project to over 4,278 yards across a full season. And the scariest part for the rest of the league? Buffalo's roster is even better than it was a year ago. The offensive line is a fortress, one of the best units in the league. They were great last year, but this year they've had time to gel, to build chemistry. You can already see the impact, especially on running back James Cook, who's making that shiny $48 million extension look like a bargain. Cook has been sensational, smooth, shifty, and explosive. He's averaging 4 yards per carry, up from 4.9 last season, when he racked up 16 rushing touchdowns, 4 times what he scored in his first 2 seasons combined. He's patient, but when he hits a hole, it's like he's shot out of a cannon. Just look at his highlight run against the New York Jets' vision, balance, burst. That's elite running back play. And pairing that kind of weapon next to Josh Allen? Unfair. Cook keeps defenses honest, forcing softer coverages and opening up the field for Allen to slice teams apart through the air. And that passing game? It's come alive in 2025. Last year, Buffalo ranked second in offensive scoring, even though their top receiver Khalil Shakir had just 821 yards and 4 touchdowns. Behind him, Keon Coleman had 556 yards. That means Josh Allen carried the entire aerial attack on his back. And yet, the Bills were still one of the highest scoring teams in football. This year, things look different, more balanced, more dangerous. Through just 3 games, Buffalo already has 4 players with over 100 receiving yards, with Shakir sitting third on that list. Leading the way, Keon Coleman. After crossing 100 yards only once as a rookie, Coleman hit triple digits in Week 1 this season. And while his next two outings were quieter, analysts like Matt Harmon from Reception Perception have highlighted major improvements: his route running, his control, his ability to sell verticals and break inside. Coleman is evolving into that alpha receiver Buffalo's been searching for. If he locks in that X receiver role, it'll free up space for Shakir and tight end Dalton Kincaid to dominate underneath. Speaking of Kincaid, the breakout might finally be here. After being drafted in the first round of the 2023 NFL Draft, expectations were sky high. But his early career felt underwhelming. This season, though, he's starting to live up to it. He's already matched his career high with 2 touchdowns and racked up 151 yards, pacing well ahead of last year's 448-yard total. In Week 3 against the Miami Dolphins, Kincaid exploded for 5 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown, nearly snagging a second score as well. With veteran Dawson Knox likely to be moved after this season, Buffalo is clearly investing in their young tight end, and it's paying off. Add that to Shakir's reliability in the slot and new veteran target Josh Palmer giving them extra depth, and you've got a receiving core that feels complete for the first time in years. And let's not forget the Bills running backs are also elite pass catchers. James Cook can take a check down 70 yards. Ty Johnson remains one of the league's best change-of-pace receiving backs. This offense isn't just explosive, it's versatile. And the results speak for themselves. They're 3-0 to start the year, already taking down the Baltimore Ravens in a Week 1 thriller, the same team they eliminated in the 2024 divisional round. They've carried over their juggernaut status from last season, all while facing one of the softer schedules in the NFL, ranked 23rd in preseason difficulty. The AFC feels different this year, like the balance of power is shifting right before our eyes. The usual giants are stumbling, Joe Burrow's hurt. The Chiefs finally look vulnerable. For the first time in a long time, the path to the throne doesn't look impossible anymore. The landscape of the AFC is shifting. Cracks are forming in the old order, and suddenly the window that always seemed to slam shut on Buffalo feels wide open. This isn't just another promising start, it feels like a genuine turning point, the kind of season where heartbreak turns to hope, and hope turns to destiny. Josh Allen is playing the best football of his life, locked in, fearless, and commanding every inch of the field. But this time, it's not just about him. The roster around him finally feels complete: the balance, the chemistry, the leadership, everything is falling into place at the perfect moment. There's a confidence radiating through that locker room that can't be faked. You can see it in the way they celebrate, in how they fight for every yard, and how they refuse to back down no matter the score. For years, Buffalo was the story of almost. The team that came close, that scared the Giants but never quite dethroned them. But 2025 feels different. They're not chasing greatness anymore, they're stepping into it. They've grown from underdogs to contenders to something even scarier, a team that knows who they are and isn't afraid to claim what's theirs. The AFC can feel it too. The winds are changing, the juggernauts look vulnerable, and Buffalo is right there ready to take everything. So, what do you think? Is this finally the year the Bills break through, the year they rise from heartbreak to history? Drop your thoughts below, Bills Mafia. This might just be your time.